Imagine putting 6 animals in the same world: a dog, a cat, an owl, an elephant, a giraffe, and a polar bear. They all need the same basic things: food, safety, and a way to understand what is happening around them. But here's the strange part: they don't experience the world in the same way we do. For a dog, the world is almost a giant map of smells. A person can walk through a room and see an empty space. A dog can walk through that same room and discover an entire history: who was there, what they touched, where they went, and sometimes even which direction they came from. Basically, your dog is walking around with a nose that makes Google Maps look unemployed. But now look at a cat. A cat doesn't need to investigate everything with its nose. Its world is built around movement, sound, and tiny changes. A small movement under a piece of furniture can instantly grab its attention. A tiny sound behind the wall can make those ears turn like satellite dishes. And that makes sense. Cats are hunters that often work alone. They cannot depend on a group to warn them, so noticing small changes can be extremely important. Then we have the owl. For an owl, darkness isn't really darkness, it's information. An owl can use sound to locate things that it cannot clearly see. That means the forest at night is not an empty black space. It's more like a giant sound map. And then comes the elephant, an animal that takes this idea even further. Elephants can communicate using very low-frequency sounds that can travel over long distances. A sound that might be difficult for us to notice can carry information between elephants. So while we might look across a landscape and see nothing happening, an elephant may be receiving a message from somewhere far away. Now compare that with a giraffe. Its advantage isn't mainly about hearing or smell, it's height. From several meters above the ground, a giraffe can see across the landscape in a way shorter animals simply cannot. A movement far away, another animal approaching, or something unusual happening across the open land can become visible much earlier. And finally, the polar bear enters this strange competition. On a huge Arctic landscape, there may be very little to hide behind, but a polar bear has an incredible sense of smell. It can use scent to locate food and investigate its surroundings where visibility alone isn't enough. 6 animals, 6 completely different ways of reading the same world. And this is where things get really interesting, because the animal with the best senses isn't necessarily the one with the strongest body. Sometimes, survival belongs to the animal that can understand its surroundings better than everyone else. And these